poppin', Milwaukee Brewer fans? Bailey Strasser here, and after the pain, the misery that was this series, we have come alive, and we have officially won a playoff series. It's been so long. 2018 was the last time we clinched to the league championship series. This will be obviously because we were in the AL and the NL. This is our fourth time we've made it this far in postseason history. It's a great deal, and as a Brewer fan, the amount of suffering, the amount of pain, the amount of loss that we had was undoubtedly some of the worst stuff that you could have. There's so much that happened. You know, you win game one. You have that dominant game one against Matthew Boyd. Peralta just dominated. Matthew Boyd couldn't even get through the game. And the Brewers just kept mashing hits. Chourio had that minor little injury, but he was okay. He came back for game two. He hit a home run like it was nothing. Vaughn hit a home run like it was nothing. Contreras, I think, would be our best offensive player. I think everybody really did their part. You know, there are some people that may looked a little stiffy, but I think everybody did a fair share. But you jumped out to 2-0, and then I thought, boy, I don't want this to go to 5 games back at home because I'm so worried about what's going to happen. But you can definitely tell when your home playoff atmosphere is a huge deal because everybody was on our sides. Everything was going well. We did our job. And that's what matters. The MVP of this series, I'm not necessarily, there are so many people that definitely I could give a game ball to. I don't really do it for football whenever the Packers win a game, but I thought about it, and this was a tough choice. But my MVP is going to go to Pat Murphy because the truth is there's no player that really everybody emphasizes this team. But what makes this team run is Pat Murphy. Obviously, that's the truth. There really isn't anybody I can give it to because we came through and did our thing. Let's talk about it. I mean, everybody did their fair share of decency. Today's game, let's talk about it, you know? They started McGill. That was one of the most ballsy things the Brewers could have did. Starting your closer when he just got back from an injury, and my goodness, he looked like himself. He only played the 1 inning, but that obviously saved the time for Uribe to really do his damage at the end and get the save. But our pitching was the reason why we won today. Mizorowski may have allowed the only home run, but Mizorowski was probably our MVP in this. He was the MVP in this series. He looked like himself. He looked like back when he started. He looked confident, and he was doing exactly what you needed. Miz gets the win. He's 2-0 so far in the playoffs. Former Brewer Colin Ray gets the loss, and Abner Uribe gets the save. The first save of the playoffs for Uribe. And everybody did their part. Contreras hit a home run. Vaughn hit a home run. Terang hit a home run. All throughout separate times in this game. And there are some, you know, the Cubs and us are two fantastically defensive teams. And now I feel like it's time to face a team where I would say their defense is not as good as the Cubs. We're facing the LA Dodgers. Now, when we face the Dodgers, can I just say this? It was the most happiest I think I've ever been. We swept them all 6 games. Only something that now 3 teams have done. Now, of course, it was 2 at the time, but the Angels, I believe, also swept the Dodgers this year. That to be in a company of that is insane. Now, this is going to be different. The Dodgers are playing with more intensity. They made the Phillies look like the Phillies were the favorite to win the World Series going into the postseason, and they made the Phillies look like frauds. I feel bad for Orion Kerkering because, man, that is a brutal way to lose a game. But the Dodgers are playing with so much heat. When we faced them, they were on a cold streak. And what's more important is you got to get yourself, collect yourself, and think of how, when we faced them the first time. You know Ohtani is the best player in baseball. We know Betts and Freeman are also MVPs. We know that we're going to have to face Yamamoto. I know we only faced him once, but I don't really count that because it's the same exact way Game 1 went. Yamamoto didn't even last. We got to face Ohtani pitching. Snell, a former Cy Young, Snell pitching. We got to face some good people. Tyler Glasnow. We got to face some good people. And the only thing I can say is that bullpen is the only thing that's the weakness of the Dodgers. But the fortunate thing is they might have figured out their bullpen struggles with Roki Sasaki at closer. Now, I hope that's not the case because, again, that guy's supposed to be a future starter, but because he's been missed all the season, they're doing the same thing as they did with some other pitchers. The only thing I like the Brewers to do is put Tobias Myers on the roster, DL Hall on the roster, instead of Robert Gasser. I think it would make more sense to put some people who are in. Also, Brandon Woodruff. Is Brandon Woodruff going to be available? I think it's going to be until the World Series. Because, truthfully, we haven't seen him throw the ball, and if he's going to be starting games in a postseason, you're going to need him to be at his best. Priester, we know that was a bad Game 3, but I definitely believe he is going to turn it around. Quintana, definitely. You saved Quintana. You saved Priester. You didn't even have to go with these guys. Miz is looking so confident that you honestly could start him in a game. But I think with this bullpen idea, I think it's definitely the smart way to go. Continue with this. I think the Brewers have a very small chance. They have a very great shot. We've beaten this team 6 times. We have the chance to go to the World Series for the second time in our franchise's history. The best team in this franchise's history. It's been a fun ride. All I wanted was to dismantle Craig Counsell and the Cubs, and that's what we did. Send P. Crow Armstrong home to Hollywood, California, crying to mommy and daddy. We made sure that was going to happen. And boy, I am so thrilled that I can sing Choke Cubs Choke, Choke Cubs Choke. Hey Chicago, what do you say? The L is flying high today. Blow Cubs blow, blow Cubs blow. Hey Chicago, you have no class. The Milwaukee Brewers just kicked your ass. But you know what? It's on to the Dodgers because we are so ready and I am so ready. And boy, it's going to be a fun one because Milwaukee, this is our time. This is our time. Everything is slowly coming together. It is not going to be easy because it is the champs. It is the Dodgers. This is a hard team to beat. Shohei Ohtani is the best player in all of baseball. But with how we played them this year and our confidence chances and anything that you can say, I believe we have a fair shot. I think if we play the way that we did at home with that home crowd, oh boy, it's going to be something. So if you like what you see, subscribe below, comment with your thoughts, and as always, we will see you next time, and obviously you'll probably see a video tomorrow because the Packers obviously face the Bengals at 3:25. A video hopefully will be after that, and then on Monday, Game 1 against the Dodgers. And you know, all these people, all these fans were like, I hate these announcers. These announcers suck. They are biased towards the Cubs. You know what we get? We get our own guy, Brian Anderson, calling the games. So guess what? There's no excuses now. We're going to win. I am confident. We're going to go to the World Series. I get to finally witness the Brewers going to a World Series. I am confident we can do it this time. To be fair, I am not scared of LA. I am not. I think we got this. We will see you next time. Go Brewers!